Hi everyone. Finally, New South Wales has announced Pathway 1 is open for subclass 491. After that, we got so many inquiries regarding the eligibility criteria, said we can apply, we can't apply, can we apply from other states. So in this video, I will be talking about the eligibility criteria and the things to be considered. So the first thing is you have to meet the Home Affairs requirement, which is the basic requirement. So how this one is different from the Pathway 2, right? So in this one, you must be living and working in the regional area of New South Wales. It could be any regional area. Now when I'm saying you must be working as well, so which means you must be working in your own field or closely related field. For example, accountant. If you're an accountant, you must be working as an accountant or closely related field, which means the four digit of the 𝐁𝐫𝐴 should match. So now the question here is, we got a client in the morning who worked for an employer, now he's working for another employer. He's meeting the requirement of 12 months, but the only thing he's failing here, he's not meeting the requirement of working for 12 months with single employer. So this is very important thing to be considered. You must be working with a single employer. You can't combine two different employers to meet that 12 months requirement. So this is the very important point to be considered. The other requirement is the salary requirements. Usually they matched it with the TSMIT, which means you must meet the requirement of $70,000 if you're working full time, which means 38 hours. However, if you're working part time, just say 19 hours, then you can half it, which means 35,000. So it's a pro rata based. So these are the basic requirements. And one more thing, and which is very good point, is that there is no New South Wales target sector applies on Pathway 1. That only applies to Pathway 2, which means any occupation that is in the medium short term list, they can apply if they are working in their field, which is very, very good point. Now the things to be considered. New South Wales is very strict state. So they will consider only employment that is deemed, which means as per the assessment body, just say you might be working after your study for 2 years and you might be claiming the points. However, the assessment body only considers 6 months of your experience. So which means you can't claim 2 years, so you can only consider 6 months. So you have to be very careful, especially for those ACS and the VETSS occupations. This is very important to consider. Now another thing is, when you apply the application to New South Wales, your documents must be valid for at least 5 business days. If that's not the case, you won't be eligible or they won't approve your application. And also one more thing, once you have been invited, you can't make any changes to EUI. Even you can't change your name. Anything, any change, you have to justify to the New South Wales. If you can't justify, means you're gone. So do not do those mistakes and be careful when you apply. So go now, check your EUIs, make sure they are up to date, nothing has been expired, and if they are expired, just renew or do the rest of things. If you still have any questions or any issues or any inquiries regarding the New South Wales pathway, you are more than welcome to come to the office or book an online appointment. Thank you.